Hey everybody, how are you doing? It's Sean from Ridesharing101.com, and I want to thank all of you that have subscribed to the video log, as well as all of you who follow me on the Facebook group, which is Ridesharing101, all one word. And I posted a story recently to the Facebook page about this gentleman who drives for Uber, has a Toyota Prius, and basically he lives out of his car. He drives 60 hours a week, and his car is his home. So I want you to think about that for a second, because it's pretty common. Okay, so let's kind of go into detail. This guy drives about 60 hours a week. He has a gym membership, so he can go to the gym anytime he wants. It's open 24 hours, takes a shower, can clean up. He has a storage unit, which he keeps all his belongings in. And he's, I'm sure he probably has a car wash membership. There's a thing where I think for like $30, I think you get unlimited car washes, or basically, you know, it's unlimited quote unquote, but maybe it caps at a certain amount, like, you know, 10 car washes a month or something. I know 10 isn't unlimited, but I don't have one of those, so I'm just kind of going off the cuff. But, you know, every couple of days, I'm sure he washes the car. He has a couple of special charges so he can charge his computer. And he, I think, said it has a cooler for some food that he keeps in the trunk. So, what does this have to do with rideshare? Well, a lot, because a lot of people do this. One, there's a lot of people that can't afford rent here in the San Francisco Bay Area. Personally, I am going through a housing search, rather daunting. Even a small studio, 350 square feet, couple grand a month. And it's first month's, last month's, and deposit. And if your credit score is under 700, a lot of places double your deposit. Yeah, they double your deposit. They want a year lease. If you have a credit score of, let's say, 600, 650, you're going to pay $4,000 for the deposit, because the deposit is usually equal to rent. So for a little studio, 400 square foot studio, you've got a credit score of 650, $8,000 to move in. Also, you have to sign a year lease, and in addition, they want copies of your pay stubs, which is, you know, understandable. They want to verify income, but they also want bank statements. I'm running into that a lot. And I'm like, you don't need to see what I spend my money on. It's none of your damn business. Somehow they feel it is, so I'm not renting from that. So a lot of people fall into that category. I know a lot of you are like, $2,000 for rent for a studio. I pay, you know, $500 and I'm getting ripped off. So yeah, welcome to the San Francisco Bay Area. Everything is quite expensive. So I work for the park department, and I see a lot of people around my parks sleeping in their car. It's not uncommon. It's not unheard of. What this guy is doing, the article in the Chronicle states, is kind of fairly typical. A couple of things the other thing before I get back to this, and a lot of people actually do this on the weekends. They come from out of town. They come from areas, let's say, Fresno, Manteca, Modesto, Red Bluff. So they come down to the Bay Area because you can make more money here. The rate is higher. So they might drive in on a Friday, and I've mentioned this before in some other videos, and work a couple of days, work like 12-hour days, sleep in their car, get up, do it again, and then leave Sunday night and go home. And then maybe they sleep in on Monday, and then work in their area. Now, a lot of this might change with AB5. And I'm not here to debate AB5, whether it's good or bad. There's a lot of other people that do that. Everybody's got opinions. Some people are like, it's going to change everything. It's going to screw the workers. It's not good. Other people are like, yes, it'll be good. Some people are saying, hey, there's going to be, you're going to have to bid for schedules and everyone's going to be part-time. And I don't know how it's going to shake out. I don't pretend to know. I don't really trust anybody that tells me that they do know. But that's just my opinion. But I wanted to comment on this article because it's all too common. And if how you drive for your rideshare company changes, you very well may see more people in this situation. So I wanted to talk on that. This guy was working 60 hours, I think primarily driving for Uber. If he can only drive 30 hours for Uber, then I'm sure he'll be driving for Lyft or, maybe Zyro, depending on what's happening with them. I did get an email from them today. They're another rideshare company that's doing beta testing, so we'll see what happens. But this is, if the AB5, for those of you who don't know, Assembly Bill 5, which initiates an ABC test, what they call an ABC test, to determine whether gig economy workers are actually employees. And Uber is saying it doesn't apply to them because they're a technology company, not a company that drives or hires drivers. So we'll see how that goes. There's going to be a lot of stuff happening in the courts. I don't think too much is going to change on the 1st of January, but we'll see. But if it does change, expect to see more people in the situation as described in the San Francisco Chronicle, which is people sleeping in their cars, people barely getting by and doing what they can, because a lot of people have a car, and that's about it. So, something to think about. Feel free to post comments and questions. It's a tough world out there. I'm always encouraging everybody to be kind to one another, and this is why. You could, talking to some guy trying to do his best to or her best to get by and make ends meet. So be nice, be kind to one another, drive safe. I'll see you next vlog. Bye.